Welcome back, crew, to lesson 4 of our Scratch class. In this lesson, we're going to learn about clones and custom blocks. Some people are scared of clones, but really, it's quicksand that you should worry about. Let's get started, shall we? Yes, let's shall. Since we're talking about clones, you know what time it is? It's time for Geek of the Week. This week's Geek of the Week is Dolly, the cloned sheep. She was the first mammal cloned from a single cell taken from an adult mammal. Cloning's tricky business, so cloned creatures, they tend to have weird genetic problems, like spontaneous combustion. As far as clones go, if you don't know what a clone is, it's a copy of something. It's an exact replica. I created this diagram to help you identify clones. Take your time, feel free to pause the video and study the graphic until you really get it. Okay guys, let's do the usual. Go to one of my starter programs by searching for T. Skolnick, T-S-K-O-L-N-I-C-K. Then you're going to look for the Bud program. You'll go in and then you'll click Remix, which makes it one of your projects. Then I think you should go in and remove the code so you're really starting from scratch. And then but you don't have to remove the code. You can do whatever you want. I'm not your mama. All right. Let's look at a preview of our first clone program. So we got a cell, and we're going to take that cell, and we're going to have it clone itself. And then you'll have 2 cells. And then that cell will clone itself. And that clone will clone itself. And then that clone will clone itself. And then the other one clones itself again. And then that clone clones itself. And then that clone is going to clone itself. And then that clone is going to clone itself. The part that I really need you to get here is the costumes. This is the sequence of the cell cloning and budding a new cell and then separating. All right, the first thing you got to do, the same thing we do every time. We need to respond to the green flag. When the green flag is clicked, I'm just going to set the costume to the first costume so it's just a solid circle. We're just going to take a moment and get the sense of what happens with cloning. To get a feel for this, when this sprite is clicked, that's when I want to create the clone of myself, just to get us used to this. The next interesting thing is once I wake up as a clone, there's another event for that. Like suddenly, boom, I've been brought into the world and I'm a clone. What should I do? That is the when I start as a clone. So the first thing I'm going to do when I start as a clone is just glide somewhere to a random position. Let's start our sprite right in the center of the screen, though, to make it consistent. So we don't have to go hunting for it. So we start off, we choose our base costume, we go to the center of the screen, and then let's click it. And look, every time I click it, I create a clone of myself that just shoots off in a random direction. And you see that X variable in the upper left-hand corner of the screen? I have no idea why I left that there or what the heck I was doing. Pretend you don't see it. Avert your eyes. There is no X. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create a custom block. What is a custom block, you say? Well, let's talk about that. It's making the blocks that you wish the programming language had. It's kind of like you're making your own programming language. I'm going to create a custom block called Bud. This is going to have all of the smarts that I need for what to do for the sequence of stepping through the costumes so it looks like I separate and then boom, cloning myself. I know I've got 5 costumes to step through, and I have to have a little pause between each one or else you won't see them. I'll just go shum, 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 shum. All right, so I have that in the little Bud block. And so now I can, every time I start the program, I can call Bud and it will step through that sequence of costumes. After we step through the sequence of costumes, we go back to become just the cell, because at that point we're going to create the clone, and the clone is going to separate itself from me, and then we have 2 separate sprites. So I step through the sequence of costumes that look like we're separating, and then boom, we really do separate. We really create a second cell right there. And there it is, create a clone of myself. Let's try this out. Okay, start up. I clone myself and it shoots off. That's great. But that's not what we really want to do. We don't really want to shoot off to a random direction. We want to do the program as you saw it in the preview. So really we're just going to move a little bit. We're going to move just a few steps away from the mama cell, and then start creating a new generation of cells. All right, let's click run, step through the costume, create the clone, and that clone is going to appear right where the bud came off the mama cell. That's like 10 steps to the right of the mama. So now that the baby's been alive for a tenth of a second, Mama's going to kick that baby out of the nest to fend for itself in the harsh wild. Let's have the baby wander away a little just to get some separation from Mama by looping 10 times and moving one step on each iteration of the loop. And don't forget, you got to add the weight, because without the pause, you're not going to see the walking progress. It's just going to be like shump. Let's have the mama cell wander away too, but in the opposite direction. Have you ever heard someone say, hey, she did a 180 on that subject? What that means is that that person changed their mind, and that person is now going completely the opposite direction. If you heard someone say, hey, she did a 360 on that subject, you should just walk slowly away from them. I think we need to take a moment to understand the turn block and why it says degrees on there. Have you ever rotated something, like turned it? Yeah, me neither. But I've seen people do it, and when they rotate something or turn it, it points in a new direction. If you want to tell Scratch to rotate a sprite, you got to figure out some way to tell it how much to turn. Fortunately, somebody figured this out for us, figured out how to express how much to turn. Let's travel back to the ancient city of Babylon, where there was a woman who was named Susan of Babylon. And she said, what if we were pointing at the very top of a circle? And what if I drew 360 little tick marks evenly spaced around that circle? Then I could say, hey, rotate that arm that's painted by Michelangelo until it points to tick mark 45. Or maybe rotate it until it points to 90. Or maybe until it points to tick mark 180. Because 180 is halfway to 360, and I made 360 tick marks. And halfway to 360 is halfway around the circle. And by the way, let's call these tick marks degrees. And that, my friends, is how the leopard got his spots. You might say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why did Susan make 360 degrees in the circle and not 100 degrees? I like the number 100. It's easier to remember than 360. Well, maybe that Khan Academy guy knows. I don't know. So what do we do now? What do we do? We created the clone. We moved it 25 steps in whatever direction the mama was pointing. And if we want mama to move in the opposite direction, she's got to do that thing, that turn 180 degrees. Then we can do our usual walk with a repeat loop, moving a few steps on each iteration and putting a little weight in there so that we can see the movement as it unfolds. Okay, let's run that. And look, the baby goes one way, the mama goes the other way. Let's turn our attention to the baby now. This is the version of mama that just woke up as a clone, and she needs to start her own family now. So think of her as the mama. We can create a repeat loop for her to call our bud block 10 times. That means we want her to create 10 babies of her own. Okay, so let's run that, and it looks like it's working, but they're all forming on a line. The baby's going one way, which we want it. The mama goes the opposite way, but they're stuck on this one line. But fret not, because we can fix this. What if we rotate just a random amount as the first step in the bud block? Then we create a clone, and it will head off in whatever direction the mama is pointing. And I know it's a circle, and it's hard to tell what direction it's pointing, but what are you going to do? Look, it's working. We're geniuses. Oh, we really are. We're really very smart. Okay, take the rest of the week off. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in, as always, and I'll see you at the next lesson, and until then, stay well.